My goal here today is to tell you a little bit about lake ecology, hopefully tell you a few things about your lake that you might not know, tell you what we know, and even more importantly, find out what we don't know. And there are things about the lake that, since we're just starting here, we don't know everything yet. So here's Pleasant Lake. I spent some time fishing here when I lived down in Nottingham, and it's an absolutely beautiful place. You guys are fortunate. I've worked on some awful lakes in New Hampshire and awful lakes across the country, and I'll show you some pictures of those. You're really, really fortunate. This is one of the clearest lakes in the state right now. And I applaud you for recognizing that and recognizing that what you need to do is keep it that way. So one of the tasks in this program is to build a water quality model that will account for all the watershed loads, all the internal loads to the lake, and try to predict what water quality will be under a variety of scenarios. And Forrest is going to talk a little bit more about that. But it basically takes the whole host of potential sources of nutrients and puts them in the lake, mixes them up, and then we can predict things like in-lake phosphorus concentration, chlorophyll A, which is how green the lake is, the probability that you'll get an algal bloom. I suspect that this is going to be very close to 0. And the Secchi disk, how clear the lake is.
So why develop a plan? Well, our lake's pretty clean. Do we really need a plan? Yeah, you do. I mean, it's about protection. There are some problems. Don showed you some concerns with water quality. But, you love your lake. That's why you're here today. It's obviously a beautiful lake, a beautiful part of New England. And, we really want to keep them clean for our grandchildren. So this is, again, it's kind of hard to see, but this is Lake Wentworth, where Don lives. He lives right on this lake, but there's red and black dots on here. And basically, you had 2,316 buildings, but within 31 years, we were able to predict that would basically double. So we'll have a map at next summer where we'll sort of show you spatially where all the homes could potentially pop up in your watershed. And again, it's not exact, but it's pretty good. I mean, it's using all the available data that's out there. So again, this is what the management plan, it'll look something like this. I mentioned the US EPA and New Hampshire DES. We actually have to stick to kind of a menu of what's in there, which is really to quantify things. And that's really what we've shown you so far. And then the action plan I mentioned, there's the who, where, what, why, how are we going to treat whatever problems or address any potential problems that might pop up. So who's going to do it? How's it going to be tracked and monitored? So this is the plan. We'll outlay this, and this is really important to have a lot of input for what I call the stakeholders, which are all of you and the other agencies and groups that are working on this plan.